It's me. So tonight's movie, which should be a surprise to no one, is a found footage film. I swear to God, this is like the only subgenre of horror being made anymore. I don't know how this is happening. Um, but anyway, this movie is Lexi. It is a 2022 film, which is a slightly different approach to found footage because it's another vlogger, but it's not just their footage. It's also like a police body cam and clips from like their home security cameras, and then every once in a while, like a response they got from other people on YouTube, or a clip from like a documentary or a professional interview or whatever. But it's all these different footage sources put together, and basically it just shows a vlogger being taunted or tormented, supposedly by a hacker, and eventually kind of just losing their mind. Um, I feel like this was trying to do something similar to what Chad Gets the Axe did, where it wants to show how people can be too online or take it too seriously, and how it can have negative effects, and just how social media in general could be a problem for some people, at least, if used incorrectly. Um, and that's the most gentle way I can say that social media was a mistake and we should all stop using it. Um, Again, I say that knowing that I'm creating a YouTube video and creating content out of my own personal horror tradition and love of horror movies. But my point is, this movie doesn't do it as well as Chad Gets the Axe. That one, it had a coherent story, and it was just more entertaining to follow, and you kind of just got the message on your own. This one, I mean, it never comes right out and says it, but just the way everything's framed as almost like a documentary being made, it just, I don't know, any point it's trying to make seems to get lost. And maybe it's not trying to make a point. Maybe it's just trying to be a horror movie. The problem is it kind of fails there too. Like, you never figure out what is stalking the lady, or if anything is being stalking her. Maybe she's possessed. Maybe there's a spirit or a poltergeist. We don't know, but you never get that kind of payoff. And you also don't see anything happening at any point that really gives you that feeling of horror. You know, there's no event that's scary. You see this one lady getting, overwhelmed and burnt out and losing her mind a little bit, but I mean, that just happens in real life. I don't know, that's Miranda sings. So, yeah, I don't know. There was nothing here that was horror-y. It's not like, the movie I watched yesterday where it just wasn't horror. This was trying to be a horror movie, it just didn't succeed. The acting was fine, for all the people that were in the movie. They did a good enough job doing what they did. Like, the acting was great. I don't want to take away from the actors at all. The movie had 3 adorable pit bulls in it. Always a plus. I love pit bulls. They're just such wonderful dogs. They're amazing. So, yay for that. No, it was just the story, or the way it was framed or presented, I guess. I think the same story, just, the people tormenting this online personality and watching their mental decline, ending in them eventually going missing. I think you could tell that same story and make it far more entertaining. I think it's just the way this one was framed or paced, or I don't know. I don't know what specific thing it is that made this not work for me. I just know that it didn't really. It definitely could have been better. It could have done more. I don't know. It wasn't there. I don't even know what else to say. I don't think I would recommend this one. It's, whatever they were going for was probably a good idea. It just wasn't executed well. And in a world where there are apparently 9,000 found footage movies, I don't know why you would watch this one. Just watch one of the better ones. Chad Gets the Axe, that was better. Followed, Dagger, like, those were all more entertaining and better than this movie was. So, if you want to watch a found footage movie about an influencer, go watch those three. They're better than this one. This one just, it didn't do it. Yeah, so that's my take, and I'll see you tomorrow for another movie, which will probably also be found footage, because at this point I just assume they all are.